I haven't posted any videos for a while. Been busier than shit with a new job. Sitting there kind of talking to one of the guys that lived in Greensburg, Kansas, and I started watching some videos and stuff, kind of reflecting back and whatnot. And you drive through there anymore, and it's not the same old Greensburg. There's a lot of the same old people, but there's a lot fewer of them than there was. And you kind of sit back when you get to watching those videos, you think back, of times that just you never thought something like that would happen. I know people have seen big tornadoes and they want to compare apples to apples and stuff like that. I mean, I was kind of a transplant. I grew up there, not like physically as a child, but I was wild as heck, and I was in my 20s, I wild, sat there and was in a place called Hutchinson, Kansas, and just ran around with a wild bunch for a good while, and ended up going through a bad relationship, and then finding another bad one on about 10 miles away. I really can't compare apples to people that have went through other tornadoes like Joplin and stuff like that. I've read comments, shit, it used to kind of piss me off, but I think about some of the people that, died in that tornado, and kind of how it pretty much it destroyed not just so much the town itself, it just it really wounded the family community part of it, because I mean, really they kind of made me grow up quite a bit. I came from a bigger town. I can't say city because that's not really that big, but sitting here, I remember first moving there and be driving to work, and people would sit there and just wave, and you're just like, I don't know who the heck that was, but I don't know why they act like they know me. I really didn't get it at the time, but heck, over time I grew to love that, and I think it was about 3-4 months, after me and my ex-wife had got together, we went up to Hutchinson to go shopping, take all the boys to the zoo and stuff. And no, been longer than that, but anyway, sit there and think back. We lost a community. There was people that moved here, there, and yonder, and like one of my good friends, America, we was both in the old cars and stuff like that, and there was a guy across town that sat there and, I mean, just absolute excellent, restoration guy, and I'm still good friends, with my chiropractor that he was born and raised there, and every so often we talk about, Greensburg, just little bits here and there, and I think what the tornado destroyed the worst for me was not only the town that I've grown to love it's not the same. It's not the same. There's still a lot of wonderful people there, but there's also a lot of new faces in there, but there was people I knew, and some, like my good friend Omero, he's living in a completely different town, and we used to sit there and visit at least every week. Heck, I used to work at the Pizza Hut where he used to work. I'd pump wells during all times of the year, but my garage wasn't insulated, so keep from boredom, I used to sit there and work at the Pizza Hut with him, and he's married and had several kids, and I mean, we don't get to talk as much. Some of the people that passed away, that like Larry that used to work over there at the little, it's an oil place, but they sold crude, or not crude oil, but engine oils, gasoline, diesel. That guy died in his home. The guy sat there that owned it, his wife died in his arms, and he's gone now, and I really miss the place. I really do. It's a beautiful town. It's a lot of beautiful people, and I think that people get the wrong idea of when you're comparing apples to apples about, that type of situation. Is, here it is all these years later, and it wasn't just a loss of homes and trees and stuff in the town. It really split up the community. People used to wave back and forth, say hi to, and even people that really didn't, probably, I don't know, like me or dislike me, but they, they'd say hi, how you doing, kind of knew you by, most of them knew me by name. And, now here and there, I mean, at the store, sometimes at the Sam's Club in Wichita, we'll sit there and say hi to people, and literally got to travel, instead of just traveling across town, you're having to travel for miles, and, you got to kind of catch everybody at, oh, well, are you off this weekend? Oh, well, no, I got to work this weekend, and, you might sit on the phone for a while, but I miss being able to go somewhere in town and visit with somebody that I used to sit there and just, well, wonder what old Merle's doing. Go over there, or, I wonder what old Merle's doing, or RJ, any of them, just kind of, I had fishing buddies there. Heck, Charlie Jones, he passed away. Catfish still lives over there in that area, but, well, he lives in the next town over, and then, the lake was a big thing, going fishing, and stuff like that, and just don't take everything for granted. I miss good times and some good people, it still hurts my heart to this day over the tornado. I can't compare apples compared to the people that I no longer can talk to, or it takes a long time to go somewhere, an hour or two drive, I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't mind doing it, but even catching the right times, if you're from a small town community or become part of a small town community, this could happen in any town, any county, just, love everybody every day. Love everybody every day. Hell, even if you don't like them, love them every day. Say hi. You never know when something like that will blow through, and then it's like, man, because there's a lot of times that I feel alone. I really miss that area. I see some people's kids that are all grown up now, and visit with them here and there, and just them kind of things can happen in any community. You just never know when, or if it ever will. I hope it never happens to any other communities like that, because there's a lot of people I miss. There's I miss being able to go visit my friend just that lived, 4 or 5 blocks from me. It's kind of interesting. I ended up, going to work at this new place, and one of the guys I used to sit there and he used to haul my oil when I pumped for a different company. Now he's a pumper too, and it's kind of great, to get to visit with the guy, a little bit more and whatnot. Wasn't like super close. That dude was my number one oil hauler, for a lot of my stuff, and it was always great to visit him, just love and cherish everybody in your town, especially small town. I know big cities, you never get the vibe that you get in a small town. I grew up in 2 small towns, Laverne, Oklahoma, and Greensburg, and I'll tell you what, I miss the small towns. I really do. And just don't compare apples to apples, because when you sit back here, even though it's, 16 some years later, over 17 years later, my son, he was born a few months before the Greensburg Tornado. Hell, he'll be graduating high school this year. It's a lot of years to reflect back on too, and just enjoy your small town community, because for me, it's home went away, and I miss it, and I loved it. Still love a lot of you people out there. Anybody y'all from Greensburg that I was around, if you do for some reason watch this, I still love y'all, and I'll wave at y'all like y'all did me, because when I first met y'all sitting there waving at me, it's like, now I miss that. I miss that a lot. I really miss the community. But just some food for thought on people, that's gone through that. Man, don't haze other people whose tornado is worse. It's a lot deeper than that. I love you all, Greensburg folks that I once knew, even though you departed and I departed from that area. I want y'all to know I still love you and I miss y'all. It's a great town to sit there. Y'all made me grow up. Took a 21-year-old brat and y'all made me grow up. Now look at me, I'm old. Love y'all. Bye.